Hello, I'm the Resolute Cartographer, and this is the 186th video in my Fallout 76 Surveyal series, and here we are at Gilman Lumber Mill. This is actually the second time we've been here. The first time around was in the classic or vanilla version of the game, and we now have come here post the Boardwalk Paradise update, which is not really all that new, but first time we've been here since then to make a video. And it now has responders in it. These are the reborn responders that are currently headquartered down in the White Spring Resort, right down there. Okay, so the enemies you're going to find here, there are a couple of feral ghouls. I've already taken care of them. There used to be ticks here before the update. Those ticks are now gone, which I'm all for that. I hate the ticks. They're disgusting. Along with that, you'll occasionally find some Radstag doe, but I don't think I saw them the last time around this, and so I don't think we're going to encounter them. Occasionally fireflies, things like that. Now, in terms of collectible nodes and plants and things like that, you'll see some Bloodleaf, Capstash, I've seen that a couple times, Firecap, some glowing fungus, some logs, Rhododendron, Snaptail, Soot flowers, Starlight creeper, and wood piles. There are actually quite a few things to collect here. Now, why don't we go ahead and take a look around here. We're going to start with the outermost areas and we'll move inward. And so, right over here, in the middle of the road, we have this bus right here. Alright, if we head in here, just a little bit of loot. Got a beer bottle down there and a beer hat. This is actually the only piece of apparel I found here. Then along with that we got some more junk, and is that a beer itself actually right there, or is that just another, looks like another bottle, yeah, and some buffed hats. Now, that's not always going to be buffed hats. Keep in mind everything is always kind of randomized when it comes to, like, you might find an 8 item, so not necessarily buffed hats, but maybe Mentats, maybe a stem pack, something like that. Now, if we cross the street over here, we get to this little outer yard here where the Lumberyard Protectrons are rolling around doing their thing. They've been here since vanilla. If you weren't here for that, you're seeing exactly what they were doing back then. So this is an area where they've been cutting down trees, growing new trees. Anyway, got an old van right there. Not too much to see there. And that's pretty much it for the outermost areas over here. So if we cross the road and we go up this way, you can see that the building is actually a little bit different. Now, I did do a previous video at this location back in the vanilla version of the game, and there have been a few repairs made by the responders. Not that many, but it is actually a little bit different. Specifically, the biggest thing I've noticed is that there's some more chunks of the roof that are intact, and along with that, there's a piece of wood there covering what was a hole that ran all the way up to the roof, basically. Let's keep on looking around.
Protectron creates desirable wood products, but has no use for them.
So if you see these logs that kind of look like they're ready to be turned into telephone poles, those are not something you're going to be able to collect wood from. But if you see other logs where they look just kind of more raw, those typically are logs you can collect wood from. Now if we keep on moving this way, you can see there's this log resource where you could potentially build a camp here and set up a collector on top of that. Now, there's a scavenger that I've seen around here. I'm not sure where she is right at the moment. But regardless, at this little campsite area here, we've got a soot flower there. We've got another one of those Protectrons rolling around. We've got a couple of ruined Jeeps out here in this field. Ah, there's the scavenger, looting that ruined Jeep right over there. Now, right over here, we've got some glowing fungus, some more Rhododendron. You know what, I'm just realizing I forgot to show you where this is on the map. I'm assuming basically everybody who's played Fallout 76 knows, because Vault 76 is right up the hill. But if you don't know where it is, there we go, Gilman Lumber Mill. Right here in the forest, just to the south of Vault 76, to the north of Flatwoods. And we've got new locations around here, but regardless, I'll cover those at a future date. For the moment, let's keep looking around here.
Lumberjack Protectron does not want to lose Lumberjack job to cheap human labor.
More logs you can collect here in the bed of this truck. And let's keep on walking around. More logs to collect from. You got a cooking station out here.
Everyone's so squabble all the time. We have to come together to survive.
And if we head up this way, we have this truck here with a boat trailer on it. A gas can in the back there, and you can see the boat right here with the dead fisherman in it. Now he's got his lunch cooler right here. And along with that, we got the lone Firecap at the site. And a Snaptail. This is actually one of 2 Snaptails I found, the other one being right over there. We'll keep on walking around this pond, and we will find... Well, first of all, this is the spot where I've seen feral ghouls pop up. There they are, actually. And we got some Bloodleaf right here. Keeping on around the pool here. There's nothing I found in the pool, but I did find this tube here, which is basically always here. So, anyway. Keep on coming around. There's a firefly. This little picnic site with some more rhododendron, some more soot flowers over there. Again, the snaptail right down there. A log. So again, lots of collectibles out here. Well, collectible nodes, not collectibles. Coming in through here, again, more of these poles, these tree trunks that look like telephone poles. Again, they're not collectible. Or you can't collect wood from them. I keep using the wrong word here. Anyway, let's keep looking around. More soot flowers, more logs. And that's about it for this area over here. Why don't we go ahead and head in here. We've got a large storage area for more logs. Got some wood piles, though, that you can harvest from. You'll occasionally find some wood scrap just lying around on the floor, but it's not terribly easy to see with all the other debris on the ground here. And I don't see any right now. Along with that, we can come over here. We got a first aid kit. We can go ahead and climb these stairs. And up here, we've got some more junk we can loot, but along with that, there's a gun and some ammo and an ammo box. And some just other crates full of junk. There's a beer right there. We can head out onto the roof. On both sides, in fact.
Take a break before heading back out in the danger.
And then let's head back in here. Okay, more junk, more wood piles, and another first aid kit. With psychotats in it. Alright, now that's basically got us down to the main structure right here. So let's take a look around here. First of all,
job is never done.
we got this recruiting poster here to go to the refuge at the White Spring. We got a nice bottle of Super Thaw antifreeze. This is the better variant of antifreeze.
Enemy must eliminate trees.
We can head up these stairs. We got a couple of boxes here. And we got another responder. In this case, a ghoul responder. Now,
Being out here in the wilderness makes me feel so alive.
there used to be a skeleton here in this with actually a potted plant with him. And this note right next to him, I think, was actually his note. But he's been removed. I believe he's probably been buried, but I don't know exactly where. But I believe the responders dealt with that body rather than sit with it, which is honestly a nice improvement when you consider the number of times you'll find pre-war skeletons sitting around in places and camps and stuff like that. Anyway, we got a note right here. And again, this is one that was already here, but we'll go ahead and read it again. A job opportunity. Gary, you sick of cutting wood over there yet? I've been at the West Virginia lumber yard for a few weeks now, and it's a world of difference. Better pay, better hours, and best of all, no robots. I talked to the foreman here, and he's looking for a few more guys. You better grab the gang and head over here before someone else fills your spot. Paul. So, yeah, they're talking about the West Virginia lumber company up here. So yeah, that's what that's all about. We can head in here,
Caravan route set up this way.
and you just got this catwalk going around here.
How are
We
you
walk around here, we can head back downstairs, and let's take a look around here on this side. You can usually find some sort of scrap here. There you go, there's some wood scrap, but I've also found aluminum scrap and ceramic scrap before in there. Got a large toolbox there, nothing in there right now. Wood piles, and a couple of dumpsters.
I wish that brotherhood would share what they've learned with
Okay,
the rest.
let's go ahead and head
It
up
benefits so
inside.
many.
Don't suppose you can.
Alright, so we got a stash box, fire extinguisher, more wood piles to loot from, a armor workbench, tool chest there with nothing in it. We got some more junk. And there's actually several times I've found just loose gear boxes lying around. Aluminum scrap, again, a fairly common thing to find here. And we've got a note to Addie. Adelaide, dear sister, I hope this letter finds you well. I hope it finds you at all. If not, then it's a good therapy, I suppose, though small comfort. I have many regrets about how we parted, but I hope you and Father will forgive me for my arrogance. I believed wholeheartedly that fighting those bandits was the right course of action. I saw you both as cowards, unwilling to stand up for yourselves. A disastrous outlook. I should have joined you on the caravan while I had a chance. Instead, I lost my family and nearly lost my life. I've settled in well with a group here in Appalachia that calls themselves the Responders. They're good people and they want to build a peaceful world like how home used to be. I believe in their mission, and though it will be a long road, I think we'll be able to at least be able to carve out a little niche of civilization for ourselves. Because I regrettably have some combat experience, they're calling me a constable and asking me to keep the peace. I empathize with the mission, but I am not a fan of the title. It's not who I am anymore, but I didn't want to protest. They've been so good to me. I hope that one day you and Father will return from wherever that caravan has taken you, and I can show you the home we're building here. You don't have to stay, but maybe it will convince you that your brother is not such a bastard after all. If that's too much to ask, then I apologize. Wishing you the best regardless, Lane. So that is actually from Lane Platt right here. We'll come back to him in just a minute. More junk though, a first aid kit, and we've got a lead pipe. This is one of the most common weapons that you'll find here is a lead pipe. There's the punch card machine here for changing your special perk cards out. Ammo box right there, weapon workbench, another responder there. More junk crate, a place to bathe, I guess. We got some water barrels and some soap. And then along with that we've got June Seaver here. She's the quartermaster here. And we've got the quartermaster's report. Hi Rucker, Madam Rucker, General Quartermaster in Chief. Anyway, just sending in my usual report. We've scavenged quite a lot of unusual junk, much of it very unhelpful when it comes to surviving. For instance, my records indicate only 6 cans of Cram, but nearly 90 bottles of beer, which is great for morale and for keeping our lookouts so cross-eyed they couldn't see the scorch coming from a mile away, but not so great for nutrition. I also have to say, and I apologize if I'm stepping over the line here, but I do not agree with this policy we have of giving away all our bandages and canned goods in the name of world peace or whatever we want to call it. I know, I need to bring it up with Lane. I've tried being passive-aggressive about it, emphasis on passive, of course, but he hasn't taken the hint. Maybe you could send him your own passive-aggressive letter, emphasis on aggressive, please. It would be very helpful. Signed, your humble servant, June Seaver, Esquire. Alright, we've got a couple of vending machines. Again, we'll come back to these 2 responders here. More junk here, and like I said, another lead pipe, and yet another lead pipe. A first aid kit there on the table. You get this kind of first aid station, including some stim packs. I've found multiple stim packs here before, not even just 2, but more than that. Healing salve as well. We've got potato crisps and some Radaway. Radaway is something I've also found a lot of here. The first time I've seen those potato crisps. More junk here on the shelf. This is, I think, the machine they used to use to cut the logs. And if we come over here, more containers for junk. A tinkerer's workbench. And then right over here we've got that cap stash I was talking about, a radio station, and yet another lead pipe, and some more tools. Boiling some boiled water right there. And a little bit of junk, and of course the cooking station out there. This power armor has actually been here now 3 of 6 times, including this time that I've been here. So it seems to be fairly common. Now if we come back in here, we can go ahead and talk to these people. Now, Lane Platt, as you probably know from those notes, is the one who's in charge here. He hands out dailies. We'll just go ahead and talk to him.
Hello there, stranger. Where'd you come ambling in from?
Vault 76.
One of those vault dwellers, are you? I've heard tell of your kind. Solved a lot of problems. And caused a lot of problems from what I hear. You wouldn't happen to be one of the problem-solving kind, would you? I could use one of those right about now.
That brotherhood would share what they've learned with the
Oh,
rest of
excuse
us.
me. Let me introduce myself. Name's Lane Platt. I'm with the Responders. We're a band of self-titled do-gooders around these parts. Appalachia's filling up fast, and we're trying to keep everyone hale and healthy and off each other's throats.
I'm something of a responder myself, actually.
You don't say? Then you won't be averse to helping out, will you? Now, there's a lot going on in this neck of the woods, more than I can tackle myself. You got ferocious beasts roaming the forest, creepy cult moving into the caves, and all manner of people about ready to go to war with one another. All that is to say, I could use a hand, and I'd be willing to pay you for yours. What do you think?
I'd love to help.
Why, that is just terrific. Thank you 1,000 times over. What do I have for you today? We aren't the only ones moving into the forest. We got some new neighbors, and I would like to keep on their good side. We have some supplies, bandages, a little food, that you can whip up into a little care package for them. Do that for me, and you'll earn your reward.
Who am I delivering to exactly?
The raiders from up in the crater. They're pushing into the region, and I don't want to be on their bad side. Call it appeasement, but I'll do anything I can do to keep them from going to war with our settlement.
Of course.
Thank you. See that it's delivered safely.
Alright, now we're not actually going to do that daily, but that is one of at least a couple that he offers. I've done the dailies for him a handful of times, and basically every time it's either been take a care package to one of the neighbors, and in this case we're talking about bringing one up to the Blue Ridge bunkhouse right here, the settlers here at Settlers Ridge, or to the raiders. Sorry, I keep hearing those guys yelling in my ear. Sorry, the raiders at like the coop. There are also, of course, the cultists here, and this is where they send you, where Lane Platt sends you otherwise. It's to come up here and basically collect their artifacts. Okay, let's go ahead and talk to June Seaver.
Hey, what would you like to talk about exactly?
What do you think of the responders?
They're great. We're great. They more than me. They're selfless and fearless and try to solve any problem, no matter how difficult. And they, use a lot of supplies. And
Hard work pays
don't
off.
get many, but, they manage anyway.
Let's talk about you.
Me? I'm nothing special.
You seem very, very stressed.
Stressed? Who's stressed? Me? It's that obvious, huh? Well, I do have my mantras to calm me down. Serenity. Serenity. Peace. And... wait, was it 6 bottled waters or 16 in the next shipment?
What do you do with your free time?
Free time? That's not a real thing, is it?
Are you from around here?
Oh no, I'm no Appalachian. I came in from the north with Paige and the other settlers at Foundation. Do you know them? But I wanted to do more than just settle. I wanted to learn medicine. And the responders seemed like they could teach me. Only, they couldn't. Or I couldn't learn is more like it.
Don't be so self-defeating. You're doing great.
You really think so? I'm not sure I believe you, but it's a sweet thing to say nonetheless.
Well, I'd like to talk about something else.
Well, that's probably for the best.
What's your job here?
I'm the quartermaster at this little outpost of ours. That means I manage what supplies we have. I, count them. A lot. Just to make sure we're still out of gauze and didn't magically manifest more while I wasn't looking. I wanted to be a doctor, but being a doctor is hard when you have a fear of blood. And needles. And, failure.
I need to get going.
Okay then. I'll be here. Probably forever.
Alright, let's go ahead and head up this catwalk, because I realized I haven't done that yet. We got another responder up here. And I think that pretty much covers this site. Like I said, it's a little responders outpost that they've set up here in this old lumber mill. They've done some repair work to it, and they're trying to help out their neighbors as much as they can. I think that'll do it. This is the first time I've done one of these Surveyal videos in 2 years, so I'm trying to make sure I don't remember it, or I don't forget anything, sorry. Anyway, though, why don't we just go ahead and start closing things out here, and I will show you the full lists of all the loot I got here. Alright, I think that'll do it. This has been the Resolute Cartographer. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time.
Lumberjack Protectron does not want to lose Lumberjack job to cheap human labor.